Let us understand first how this intraoral scanner works. Okay, now intraoral scanner is like a camera only. In normal camera, what we record is a 2D image, that is x-axis and y-axis. But in intraoral scanner, it's a 3D image where we are getting the z-axis also. It's a kind of a triangular image. If you see over here, this image, this image, this image, the kind of triangles over here, the kind of triangles over here. Okay, whatever the image quality we are making, that image quality is depend on the number of that triangles in that image. Okay, so HD, high density, HD image is nothing but the more of the triangular image. Okay, so the scanner which can scan this dense triangular image, that is called the best scanner, okay, which is having a high resolution or a trueness. Okay, and this file is called as STL file. This is standard triangular language file. Okay, good scanner and bad scanner are decided on the how much dense image it is capturing. So capturing the image data is one aspect. Various technologies they are there to capture this image, like it can be a video, it can be a confocal, or it can be a laser one. Okay, so everyone what they are doing, they are trying to make images, okay, and stitching it. Now the next quality of good scanner is how the best the stitching is there without any error. How this is exactly the stitching is happening. Suppose we started scanning from the second molar. Okay. Now in this image, second molar is there, first molar is there. Then next image is formed which is 80% of the first image itself. Only 20% is extra added on to that. Like that, image by image in that video are getting captured. What exactly is happening over here? One or other, it is getting overlapped. Okay, and in that overlapping, what they are doing, they are typically merging one image on another. Okay, and because of that merging, it is giving that triangular 3D image. Okay, the same thing we are doing on the labial side also. What exactly we are doing? 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of a thing. Thousands of images are getting captured, and from one end to the other end, we are making that 3D image of the occlusal surface. Okay. Now, where is the problem? Problem is whatever the stitching is happening, each image is overlapping in one another. Okay, for each overlap, there is some kind of error of overlapping. Okay, now what exactly happening with the stitching over here? One image is overlapping another image, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like the thousands of images are getting stitched over there. Okay, and at each image there might be 0.0001 micron problem is there or error is there. So that error, when it starts from one end to other end, it becomes a cumulative error. So what has been stated over there, like if that stitching ability is less than 100 micron, then it can be used for a crown and bridge. Okay, and if it is less than 15-20 micron, then that image can be used for implants. Now the third factor is mean arch deviation. Okay, now suppose we are going to scan a full arch. Scanner is going to take image by image from one end to other end. So when I'm traveling from this end to that end, by the time I finishes this end, my scanner doesn't know what is the relation between this tooth and this tooth. It's like capturing image from a satellite and a street view. If you understand the difference between a satellite image and a street view image, we'll understand this. Suppose you want to see any Google Maps, you can see, you are seeing that image from a distance. So you know the distance between the two lanes and all. But the same thing if you are seeing a street view with state is like I can see this building, that buildings, and only the street. But I don't know the relation between my street and other street. So that's what happening with the intraoral scanner over here. So this is capturing this data very nicely. But when I'm trying to relate this data with this data, then there is a problem. That deviation is called as mean arch deviation. Okay. Now, why this is significant? This is significant in full mouth implants and orthodontics. Okay. In orthodontics, entire arch is important for me. That crowding is important for me, and the relation between each tooth at the back side is important for me. So there are certain aligners say that we want scanning from particular scanner only. Why? because that mean arch deviation they compensated in their software. And what is the problem with the implants now? Now the thing is, if it is a full arch, then teeth are there to correlate something. But if it is a full mouth, then I have got a scan body here, 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 and there are hardly 4 or 5 scan bodies are there. Lot of gaps are there. So this is the real problem in full mouth implants. When I'm doing the scanning, image is very perfect, but when I print and get the processes, it won't fit because there are certain deviations which are beyond certain limits. If any deviation is coming more than 100 micron, then your full mouth processes, that framework won't fit. For that reason, we'll go with a satellite kind of a scanner, that is a distance scanner, the photogrammetry scanner. Then you have to combine this scanner for the gingival data and photogrammetry scanner for orientation data. This is how we should go with the full mouth implants. Why we are unable to make a proper scan of edentulous arches, especially for lower mandibular arches, edentulous one. Now we understood that there is something called as stitching ability, okay, and for that I need an image which can be easily overlapped, okay. So here if I make an image over here, next image I am making over here, third image I am making over here, so like that the images I am making, but for my scanner this image, all three are appears to be same. So my scanning will come nicely, aesthetically everything is good, but fitting wise there is no guarantee that that kind of a proper 3D image has been formed over there. That is the real problem in scanners, okay. And one more problem is hide and seek effect. That is, now if you see here, when I am making scanning, during that scan my mandible is continuously moving and my tongue is moving, freni are moving. So here if I make one image where my tongue is at certain level, my gingiva is at certain level, second image what I am forming, it is not having the same relation. So that is the reason where the stitching problems are coming. Okay, that we need to understand the problem with the scanning ability, because one image and the second image both are not same. In one image there is a elevated tongue position, in another image it is a downward position. In one image your frenum is like that, and another image frenum is like that. So how to stitch it? So there is what the maximum problems are coming in lower mandible.